Hey founders, happy Friday. It's Tanya here, and I'm super excited about today's video because let's face it, how many founders out there, including you, find yourself overwhelmed with all the things that you need to do each and every day? Most, right? So today's video is all about the transformational map, also known as, in our world, TMAP, so aptly named by one of our fierce founders, Sophie. So thanks, Sophie, for that. So a little bit of backstory here. The transformational map, I was actually introduced to it several weeks ago through one of our pros, Jaap Siekman, who is the founder and CEO of Transformix. And transformational maps are, they're rooted, this isn't a new concept, but they're rooted in lean manufacturing, and they're really designed to create operational efficiencies and map out exactly where you are to where you need to be. So today's video is specifically for those founders, as I mentioned, are feeling that they are overwhelmed with all the things that they need to do, wearing way too many hats, right? How many times do we use that language in our day-to-day? Or let's face it, might not be acting on the key priorities in the business. So today's video is for you. Now, the other piece with this, what I love about this process is it makes so much sense to apply this after you know what your financial strategy is, because business is all about, and this, I can feel the resistance as I put this out there. It is all about making money, quite honestly, making money and having an impact. But at the end of the day, if we don't get real about the fact that if we don't have that net profit, that bottom line at the end of the year, we can't put that into our business savings account, and we will not be able to weather economic storms. So in business, it's not just about top line, it's about bottom line results. And quite honestly, you need to build a financial strategy to ensure that you get those bottom line results. Way too many founders wait until the end of the year to see if they're profitable or not. That requires forethought, and it requires intention to build that. Okay, I'm going to put that soapbox away because that's not what we're talking about today. But this video is for founders who both have their financial strategy in place. Our fierce founders, thank you very much for stepping up and doing doing the work and nailing the numbers. But it is also for those founders who don't have their financial strategy in place, because at least it is a start. So now I actually want to get into how do you build the map. So let's do it together. I'm excited. Today I'm going to share my screen and take you through the TMAP process. So you can download the map below in the notes. And when we're starting out our TMAP, we actually start like we do in everything at Nail the Numbers, which is why I was so excited about this process. We start at the end. We start with the end in mind. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to list your BHAG. So big, hairy, audacious goal. Jim Collins, I believe, in the book Good to Great, that's where I first heard about BHAG. But again, it stands for big, hairy, audacious goal. And here I want you to set out what those goals might look like for you and your company. So you might be global in scale. You might be looking to sell your business for $1 billion. You might have started up a charity. Maybe you're looking to impact 10 million people. Like, make this big, right? And I also put in one of our members, Sophie, actually took us through her TMAP last week. And I love that she added becoming a certified B Corp. So list out your BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. Then the second thing you're going to do, there's a theme here for year 1, year 3, and your BHAG, excuse me, is that these are going to be goals specifically, right? So year 3, if you are a financially fierce founder and you've done the formula with us, so what does your business need to become? This is where you are actually going to list out some of those goals, those 3-year goals that have been established in your formula. So what are your sales going to be? Have you introduced a new product? Do you have new team members at this point? Do you have a new space or new office? Have you won awards, right? Has your geographic reach extended? So year 3, if you are a financially fierce founder, this is going to be your formula. If you aren't, put your goals in for year 3. Year one, again, if you are a financially fierce founder, you will know with precision what your year one goals are. So, here in year one and year three, I'm going to encourage you to consider your goals as they pertain to each one of these pillars of business methodology, right? Finances, HR, operations, marketing. So here you might realize, okay, year one goals, my sales are going to be 1.2 million. You might have other financial goals here. You might have set some new prices. You might have some new operational protocols or systems in place. You might have new employees. You might even be setting yourself up, the founder, the owner of the company, as an employee for the first time. And or maybe in your first year, you now actually have a locked in brand. Like, what is the promise of your brand, right? What are the colors, the logo, the fonts that you use? What are the key messages? What does your brand stand for? So whatever your goals are, this is what you're doing year one, year three, and through your BHAG. Then we come to the other portion of your TMAP, which is now listing your quarterly action items. So when Jaap explained this to us, I believe he called these bricks. I could be wrong on this, but these are basically, in essence, milestones. So whereas these were goals, now as we start moving into your quarterly objectives, these become action items. So again, we are now going to establish an action item for each pillar: finance, HR, operations, and marketing. I'm going to encourage you to pick the top priority. So what is the most important thing that needs to get done in each one of these pillars to ensure you meet your year-end goals? I hope that's clear. So I've mapped out here an example in finance, because that's what we're all about in Nail the Numbers. So in finance, my Q1 action item might be, again, start with your top priority, might be, I'm going to build the financial strategy. I'm going to get that in place. And by the way, if you need any help doing that, that's what we do with you, not for you, with you. So build financial strategy. In Q2, once you have your strategy built, it might be, you know what, I really need to get my bookkeeping software calibrated, which means matched up to what my financial strategy looks like. What are all my revenue streams? What are my direct costs? What are my indirect costs? Q3 might be, okay, now I'm going to set up my bank accounts, because in our system, in the formula, we have 4 bank accounts. We have our operating account. We have our holding account number 1, which is for all future expenses, including direct costs and anything that's been prorated. We have our second account, which is for all taxes: GST, PST, income tax, any specific industry taxes go in there, source deductions. And then we have bank account number 3, which is for our net profit, aka savings account. So we actually have 4 accounts in total in our financially fair system. And then maybe Q4, it's about, you know what, I'm really going to go and retain an account. Maybe you're looking to switch accountants or bookkeepers. Maybe you don't have one. Maybe you've been doing all of this yourself. So whatever these are for you, this whole map is customized based on your needs. So don't use the examples I've put in here. I just want to kind of start that thinking process for you, to show you what your map, how it might be laid out, and different things that you might want to create, or action items that you might want to list. You can see here under HR, maybe one of the very first things you need to do if you're planning on bringing in employees is maybe you need to create job profiles, right? Maybe you need to set up your payroll. I don't know what it is. Everybody's different, but pick the top priority. Again, operations, this might be where you actually start drafting out your operations, setting out key protocols, getting them down on paper and out of your head. And then third, again, we're not in the marketing space here at Nail the Numbers. We're all about finance and numbers, but this might be where you go through some of that marketing strategy. Who is your ideal audience? What are your key messages? What is the tone of your brand and the personality of your brand? If you establish all of these priorities as you go up through the quarters, by the end of the year, you will have locked in your key brand persona, right? Your brand profile. All right. So there you go, my friends. There you have it. That is how you complete the T map. Again, thank you, Sophie, for that abbreviated transformational map, because that is a mouthful. But that is hopefully something that you can take action on this weekend or this week. It's Friday, so maybe next week you want to get started on that. But the bottom line is this with the T map. When you have your financial plan in place, so most founders, their financial plan, look at my hair, their financial plan is in an Excel document, right, which will move into your bookkeeping software. What I love about the T map is now it translates your numbers into a one-page business plan. You know how I love one pages, but into a visual. So it makes it so easy to see exactly what needs to be done so that you can achieve not only your 1-year goal, your 3-year goal, your formula, and your BHAG. So there you have it. That's Tanya signing out, reminding you that you've got to know your numbers if you're going to nail them. And if you like this video, every Friday, I bring you more intel and more insight to hopefully blow your mind and really to build that bottom line. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week. Bye for now.